Jean-François Millet, The Peace of Meager Farmers. Millet, who had met his grandmother after a long time, was distressed. He said in a weak voice, "I don't think I should be studying at the moment. I want to come back home and help with the farm work." His grandmother dissuaded him. "No, boy, you should not give up on studying." But Millet did not budge either. He once again pleaded to his grandmother, "Grandma, I am the first son of the 8 siblings. How can I neglect the destitute situation of my family?" Millet had left his home 2 years ago when he was 19 to go to Chevreville to study fine arts. His poor farmer father had gathered as much money as possible and sent him to a famous painter because Millet showed talent in painting. Millet was happy that he could receive official education from a painter, but now he wanted to give up on it. There was a reason why he wanted to go back to work instead of painting, which made him so happy. His father died a few days ago. His poor family was about to get even poorer. Even though that, his grandmother deterred him enthusiastically. "My child, think of what is doing your father right. Your father wanted you to become a painter." His mother nodded along with what she said. Heavy tears dropped from Millet's eyes as he was reminded of the love from his family. "Oh, Father!" The next day, Millet packed his baggage and returned to Chevreville. He realized that diligently learning the art of painting is the only way to repay his family. 2 years later, Millet received a scholarship thanks to his tutor and got a chance to go to Paris and study there. His heart pumped with joy. While studying there, he visited the Louvre Museum as much as he could. Louvre was the greatest teacher that he could have. Appreciating various artists, he learned what and how to paint one by one. Then the year he turned 26, he finally exhibited a painting and got awarded for it. By then, he met a person that he loved and got married. Me, becoming a painter and having a family, I am so happy. Millet opened a small studio and concentrated on paintings even more. What if such dreamy days kept on coming? He had received an award from the exhibition, but there were barely any people who showed interest in Millet. The poverty followed him even then. "Honey, there is nothing left to eat. What should we do? I am so sorry for you. I wish my painting sold more." Soon later, his wife gave way to disease and malnutrition. She could not receive any proper treatment until she died. After his wife died, Millet was lost. He did not meet anybody for months and did not even look at paintings at all. He thought about going back to his hometown, but he was reminded of what his grandmother said before and changed his mind. "Yes, I shall do my best. My father and wife would lament if they saw me like this." Since that day, Millet has tried gathering his spirits and moved to Barbizon, a rural village located outside of Paris. Let me restart from here. I am going to try harder. Millet spent peaceful days in Barbizon after such a long time. The rural landscape was sprawled across, and there were few other landscape painters who lived there. His loneliness dissipated when he was talking with them. One day, a neighboring painter asked Millet, "I am curious about the kind of painting you do. Can you show me?" "Of course I can. Come to my house tomorrow." Millet was glad to hear that somebody wanted to see his painting. That person, too, was a painter, but he felt like he was welcoming an audience. The neighbor who visited him the next day looked puzzled when he was presented with Millet's paintings. Your paintings are not just landscapes. I've never seen a painter who painted such subjects." The sole subject in Millet's paintings was the farmers. Hard-working farmer working silently in the serene field. One of the painting's names was The Gleaners. It is the painting of three women who are collecting bits of crops in a field following the harvest. The neighbor said again, "I have been feeling sorry for the farmers until now, but in this picture I see the sublimity from the farmers." Is that so? If you think like that, I am glad. I believe any farmer's life can be as happy as anyone's. To Millet, farmers were not the subject of pity. Although farmers do heavy labors all day, it is a beautiful sacrifice for their family, as my parents' work was. He also wished the farmers to have a peaceful rest after a day's work. This idea created another masterpiece. It is what is now considered Millet's major work, the Angelus. One day, Millet was gazing at a field filled with sunset. Then the bell started to ring from a chapel, and the young couple who were working at the time stopped their hands. The husband took off his hat, and the wife grasped her hands, and then they started to pray. Millet, watching from afar, was in awe. What a moving view! Millet pulled out his painting tools right away. Thus, in the Angelus, the humble joy and peace of the young couple who are always grateful are depicted. Presenting a masterpiece after another, Millet slowly became a famous painter. In 1867, Paris Expo, an exhibition under the name of Millet, opened. The visitors could not move away from his paintings. When you're looking at Millet's paintings, you forget the things that make you mad and people that you hate. Me too. It feels like I am back in my hometown. Art collectors were eager to get a hand on a piece of Millet's paintings. He brought happiness to his family and escaped from poverty.